Hello everyone, it's Dawn and welcome back to my channel. Well, today, as promised, I'm going to be making another wreath card, but I'm going to show you, although you've probably worked out how I've done it by now, but I'm going to show you how I do it, at least how I do it, when you haven't got any dies or stamps that are wreath shaped. So, I've used a roll of sticky tape, and all I did is ever so easy. You just draw around the outside, like that. You just put your pencil, draw around the outside, then, whoops, then all you do is you take, I would advise using a small pair of scissors and making an incision and then cutting it out, and I've made mine into an aperture card. You don't have to make an aperture card if you don't want to.
No.
You could just take your circle or you could just take that and draw around it like that and put your wreath around there. But I've decided to make mine into an aperture card, and we're going to put something in the middle when I've worked out what. So there we go. This is a 6x6 card. You can either have it that way or that way. It really doesn't matter. Actually, do you know what? This time I think we're going to have it this way. I don't often do top folded cards, but the last one was a top folded card, so we'll do this one as a top folded as well. So it's a 6x6 card, and I found a 6x6, or I found a piece of pattern paper and cut it to 6x6. So we've already got our card base ready to decorate. Now, in my Christmas stash, I found loads and loads of Christmas stamps and holly and foliage and goodness knows what. So I've just selected some of them, I stamped them up, coloured them in, cut them out, all by hand, and we're going to get on with it. So I've, just to make this video go a little bit smoother, on the back of each one, on the back of each piece, I've cut some foam pads down to size, and I've put them on there like that. And I'm going to turn it over. I'm going to take my big pieces first. Oh, that bit's just come off. That's brilliant. Oh, it doesn't matter. Actually, do you know what? That doesn't matter. Get off. It starts my finger. So, just make sure that you don't stick it over that gap. Otherwise, you'll stick the card together and it won't open. So, we'll put that one up there. I'm going to take this leafy bit. I just coloured in between the leaves like that because it makes it easier when you're cutting the thing out. Otherwise, you've got to cut between all those tiny gaps and it's not difficult. So you might just want to lift it every now and then to make sure you're not sticking the thing together. You can use, you don't have to use tape, you can use glue if you want to. But I find, especially when you're making wreath cards or you're creating a wreath, using something like tape gives it a bit of dimension, gives it a bit of depth. So, and it doesn't matter if some of it goes over the edge. We have got a little bit there that's hanging over. We'll probably get away with that just about. So I'm going to carry on filling in the gaps with my pieces that I've cut out. I haven't got loads, but enough to make a nice wreath. So I'm going to put my holly base there. I've got a couple of pine cones as well, which I've also cut and coloured in. And I'm going to put one there, one at the top. I was going to put them at the sides, but I've decided to put them top and bottom-ish. They don't necessarily have to be dead opposite each other either. So I think I'll put that one there. It's not absolutely opposite the other one, but that doesn't matter. And then all you do is you fill in the gaps. So I've got about 3 more. There aren't very many gaps to fill in actually, but we'll fill in some gaps. We'll try and keep them fairly even. And when you're struggling to find somewhere to put something, then that's usually a clue that you've got enough on there. But as I've already cut them out, I think I'll put them on. So, and if you cover bits up, I'm going to do that actually. I'm going to put that there and cover that bit up. So there we go. There is our wreath. That was quick, wasn't it? So you just decide, once you've coloured them in, you just decide where you're going to put them really. And to finish off this card, confession time here guys, I've cheated a bit. I was looking for something to put in the middle. I didn't know whether to use a piece of pattern paper or whether to use a sentiment. So what I've done, I've actually cut a sentiment off of another card that I brought from a local shop. So, but I like that bit there. I know it's not the same colour as the pattern paper, but that doesn't really matter. And I'm going to use, just for quickness, I'm going to use my red runner tape. I would normally put a piece of glue on over the, or rub some glue over the centre, but I shan't bother. Not on this occasion. And I'm going to put that in the middle, and there we go. There is our card all finished. And so that is a very easy and fairly quick way of making a wreath card. So I hope you've enjoyed that. And Graham's been sitting here next to me commenting, so I'm sure you've heard him as well. So there we go, there is our wreath card for today. And that's it for this weekend. I hope you've had a good weekend. Hope you've enjoyed this card and the way I make cards when I couldn't find anything that has the right shape. And of course, if you use tape, you don't have to use tape. You can use your dies. If you've got dies, you can use dies. And even if you haven't got a machine, you can still use the dies and use them as templates and just draw around them and cut them out. So if you've got nesting dies, that's absolutely fantastic. But anything you've got. And so I hope you've enjoyed this, and I hope you join me for my next video. And in the meantime, thank you so much for watching. Take care, everybody. Have fun. And as always, happy crafting. Oh, and just before you go, I was going to tell you what I was going to do in my next video. In my next video, I'm going to be using my star. I've got a set of nesting star dies, but we're going to do something just a little bit different. So I hope you can join me for that. And so I really am off this time. So until next time, take care, everybody, and happy crafting. Bye bye for now.
Yeah.